And that's the key choice. You always have a choice when it comes to your mood. You may not be able to control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. You can choose to dwell on the negative, or you can choose to focus on the positive. You can choose to let a bad moment ruin your day, or you can choose to move on and make the best of it. It's all up to you. And when you start to see your mood as something you can control, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You become empowered. Now, controlling your mood doesn't mean putting on a fake smile and pretending everything is okay when it's not. It's not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring how you feel. It's about managing your emotions in a way that serves you rather than letting them run the show. It's about finding healthy outlets for your feelings and making sure that they don't dictate your actions in a negative way. Let's talk about gratitude for a minute. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have for controlling your mood. When you focus on what you're grateful for, when you make a conscious effort to shift your attention to the good things in your life, it's almost impossible to stay in a negative state. Gratitude forces you to recognize that no matter what's going wrong, there's still something going right. It changes your perspective. It shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, from what's lacking to what's abundant. So when you find yourself in a bad mood, when things aren't going your way, take a moment to stop and reflect on what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be as simple as the fact that you woke up this morning, that you have a roof over your head, or that you have people in your life who care about you. Whatever it is, focus on it. Let it fill you up. Let it remind you that even in the midst of challenges, there's still something to be thankful for. Gratitude changes everything. Another powerful tool for controlling your mood is your mindset. You see, your mood is directly tied to how you think. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, if you're always focused on what's wrong or what's lacking, it's going to be hard to stay in a positive mood. But if you train your mind to focus on the good, to see challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons, your mood will follow. Your mood is a reflection of your thoughts. So if you want to control your mood, start by controlling your mind. Meditation and mindfulness are great ways to do this. When you take time each day to quiet your mind, to center yourself, you create space for positive energy to flow in. You become more aware of your thoughts, and that awareness allows you to shift your mood when it starts to go off track. Instead of reacting to every little thing that happens, you learn to respond with intention. You learn to choose how you feel rather than letting your emotions choose for you. And let's not forget about your energy. Your mood is contagious. The energy you put out into the world will come back to you. If you're walking around with a negative attitude, constantly complaining, constantly focusing on what's wrong, you're going to attract more negativity into your life. But if you're positive, if you're optimistic, if you're grateful, that energy will attract more of the same. People will want to be around you. Opportunities will start to open up. Success will start to come your way. So take control of your mood. Don't let it control you. Don't let a bad morning turn into a bad day, or a bad day turn into a bad week. Recognize that you have the power to shift your energy at any moment. You can choose to be positive. You can choose to be grateful. You can choose to see the good, even in the midst of challenges. And when you do that, you'll start to notice that your life begins to change. Your mood matters. It affects everything you do, from your relationships to your career to your overall happiness. So don't take it lightly. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Check in with yourself regularly. And when you notice that your mood is starting to go off track, take steps to shift it. Breathe, reflect, focus on what's good. Choose gratitude. Choose positivity. Choose to control your mood, because when you do, you take control of your life. And finally, let's talk about money. This one's big, and I don't mean just in terms of dollars and cents. I'm talking about the mindset you have toward money. Money can either be a tool that gives you freedom, or it can be a shackle that ties you down, weighs you down, and keeps you up at night. Too many people are controlled by their money or by the lack of it. They're out here living paycheck to paycheck, wondering how they're going to make ends meet. They're drowning in debt, feeling like they'll never catch a break. They don't have a plan, and because they don't have a plan, they feel powerless. But here's the truth, money, just like anything else in your life, is something you can control. You've just got to be intentional about it. You've got to make the decision to control it instead of letting it control you. First off, let me make something clear. Money is not the root of all evil. You've heard that before, right? People like to throw that around, but they're misquoting it. It's not the money itself that's the problem, it's the love of money. It's when you become obsessed with it, when you start chasing it at all costs, when you're willing to do anything and everything just to get more of it, that's when you get into trouble. But money itself, money is neutral. It's a tool. And how you use that tool, that's what makes the difference. You can use it to build something beautiful, something lasting, something that benefits not just you, but the people around you. Or you can use it recklessly, carelessly, and find yourself in a deeper hole than when you started. The choice is yours. So how do you control your money? How do you take the reins and stop letting it control you? It starts with a plan. You've got to create a plan for your money. You've got to know where every dollar is going before it even gets there. Too many people out here are just spending without thinking, without planning. They're reacting to every sale, every impulse, every fleeting desire. But if you want to control your money, you've got to be proactive. That means budgeting. That means saving. That means investing in your future. It's about being intentional with every dollar that comes into your hands. Now, budgeting might not sound like the most exciting thing in the world, but let me tell you something, budgeting is freedom. When you have a budget, you know exactly where your money is going. You're not guessing, you're not stressing. You're in control. You're telling your money what to do instead of wondering where it went. And when you're in control, when you're intentional, you stop letting your emotions drive your spending. Let's talk about that for a second. Emotions and money, they don't mix well. How many times have you had a bad day and decided to go out and spend money just to feel better? How many times have you told yourself, I deserve this, and bought something you knew you couldn't afford? Listen, I get it. We've all been there. But here's the thing. Just because you feel like you deserve something doesn't mean you should buy it. Just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you should spend money that's going to set you back financially. That kind of emotional spending is a trap. And if you're not careful, it'll keep you stuck in a cycle of debt and stress. You've got to be smart with your money. You've got to think long term. Don't just focus on the here and now. Think about where you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Think about what kind of life you want to create for yourself and your family. And then start making decisions that will help you get there. That means saving. That means investing. That means living below your means, even when it feels like everyone else is out there living it up. Let's talk about saving for a second, because a lot of people out here are not saving nearly enough. They're living for today, spending every dime they make and hoping that tomorrow will take care of itself. But tomorrow's coming whether you're ready or not. You've got to prepare for it. You've got to save for it. Start by building an emergency fund, something to cover those unexpected expenses that life throws your way. Because let me tell you something, life is going to throw you some curveballs. The car's going to break down. the roof is going to leak. You're going to have medical bills. If you don't have money set aside for those emergencies, you're going to find yourself in a hole that's hard to climb out of. Once you've got your emergency fund in place, start thinking about your future. Start thinking about retirement, about investments, about building wealth that will last. And here's the thing about wealth. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. It's about building something that lasts. Too many people are focused on making more money, but they're not paying attention to how much they're spending. They're making six figures, but they're living paycheck to paycheck because they're spending it all as soon as it comes in. That's not wealth. Wealth is when you've got something that lasts. Wealth is when you're building a legacy, when you're creating financial freedom for yourself and for the generations that come after you. And let me say this, financial freedom doesn't mean having millions of dollars in the bank. It means being in control of your money instead of your money controlling you. It means living within your means. It means having a plan. It means being intentional about where your money is going and making sure it's working for you, not against you. When you've got financial freedom, you've got options. You can live life on your own terms. You can pursue your passions. You can give back to your community in meaningful ways. You can invest in the things that matter to you. But you'll never get there if you're letting your money run the show. If you're letting your emotions drive your spending. If you're spending more than you're earning, if you don't have a plan. So here's what you need to do. Start by getting clear about where your money is going. Track your spending. Look at every dollar that's coming in and every dollar that's going out. And then create a budget that reflects your priorities. Make sure you're saving. Make sure you're investing. Make sure you're thinking long term, not just about today. And here's the thing, it's never too late to start. I don't care if you're 25 or 55, if you're just starting your career or getting ready to retire. It's never too late to take control of your money. It might take some time. It might take some sacrifice, but it's worth it. Because when you control your money, you're not just building wealth, you're building freedom. And that freedom will allow you to live life on your terms, to pursue your passions, to give back in ways that are meaningful to you. So control your money. Don't let it control you. Be intentional. Be disciplined. Make a plan and stick to it. Because when you do that, you're not just securing your financial future, you're securing your freedom. You're giving yourself options. You're creating a life that's not defined by stress, by limitations, by debt. You're creating a life that's defined by possibility, by opportunity, by abundance. And that's a life worth living. So take control. It's your money. It's your life. Don't let either one slip through your fingers. Let's bring it all together now. Control your mouth. Control your mind. Control your mood. Control your money. These are the pillars that will determine the quality of your life. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. And that's where your true power lies. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're not at the mercy of life's ups and downs. You have the power to shape your reality, to create your future, and to live a life that's full of purpose, meaning, and success. But it all starts with taking control. Let's talk about your mouth. The words you speak are more powerful than you realize. You can speak life, or you can speak destruction. Every time you open your mouth, you're making a choice. You're either building something up or you're tearing it down. You can build your relationships, your career, your self-esteem with the words you use, or you can sabotage them. When you're intentional about your words, when you speak with purpose, you'll see how much smoother your life runs. You'll notice people respond to you differently. You'll notice doors open for you that would have stayed shut if you were reckless with your words. And it's not just about speaking kindly to others, it's about speaking kindly to yourself. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you keep telling yourself you can't do it, you're not good enough, you'll never succeed, guess what? You'll start believing it. And once you believe it, you'll act on it. So control your mouth, because your words will create the world you live in. Next, control your mind. It's a battlefield, and the war is won or lost up here. Every action you take starts with a thought. Every habit, every decision, every goal you set, it all begins in your mind. If you don't take control of your thoughts, they'll run wild. Doubt, fear, negativity, they'll creep in and take over if you let them. But you don't have to let them. You can choose what you focus on. You can choose to fill your mind with positive, empowering thoughts, You can choose to feed it with knowledge, with inspiration, with faith. And when you do that, you'll find that your actions follow suit. You'll start making better decisions. You'll start pushing yourself harder, reaching higher, going further than you ever thought possible. Because when you control your mind, you control your destiny. Now, control your mood. Too many of us let our emotions dictate how we show up in the world. We let a bad day ruin everything. We let one small setback turn into a big problem. But your mood is your responsibility. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. You can choose to shift your perspective. You can choose gratitude over frustration, optimism over despair. And when you make that choice, you'll notice your energy shifts. People are drawn to positive energy. Opportunities are drawn to positive energy. Success is drawn to positive energy. So don't let your emotions run the show. You're the one in control here. And finally, control your money. Money is a tool. It's not something to chase after endlessly, and it's not something to fear. It's something to manage wisely. When you're intentional about how you use it, when you budget, when you save, when you invest, you're setting yourself up for freedom. Financial freedom isn't about being rich, it's about having options. It's about being able to make choices that align with your values and your goals instead of being trapped by debt or limited by a lack of resources. When you control your money, you're not just building wealth, you're building a life. A life that gives you the freedom to pursue your passions, to help others, to live without constant worry. But let me say this, none of this happens overnight. You don't just wake up one day and suddenly have control over everything. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes discipline. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. But you do have to start. Start today. Start with one thing. Maybe it's watching what you say. Maybe it's taking control of your thoughts. Maybe it's choosing to be positive even when things aren't going your way. Or maybe it's creating a budget and sticking to it. Whatever it is, take that first step. And then take another. And before you know it, you'll have built a life that's intentional, a life that's meaningful, a life that's yours. And as you do that, as you start taking control of these four areas, your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money, you'll begin to see a shift. You'll notice that you're not just living day to day, reacting to whatever life throws at you. You're creating your life. You're in the driver's seat. And that's a powerful place to be. But here's the thing, it's not just about you. When you take control of your life, you're also creating a ripple effect. You're inspiring the people around you. You're showing them what's possible. You're lifting them up. Whether it's your family, your friends, your community, when you live with intention, when you take control, you become a leader. You become a light in a world that desperately needs it. So don't wait. Don't sit back and let life happen to you. Take control. Control your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick, but it will be worth it. And when you look back one day, you'll see that you didn't just live your life, you created it. You shaped it. You owned it. And in doing that, you'll have built something that no one can take away from you. A legacy. A life full of purpose, of meaning, of success. So start today. Take that first step. Control your life because nobody else is going to do it for you. You have the power. The control is in your hands. So what are you